This is the Glenn Beck Program.
It is a new era. Yesterday, in case you didn't hear and you were tuning in for the first time today and you don't know what's going on with me, I'm sorry to waste your time with something, but if you're a fan or you have come to rely on one of my many branches of my business, that being Fox, we announced yesterday that I will be transitioning at Fox. I am going to remain with Fox, producing some specials. I don't want to get into any more detail than that. We are still going to be working together. We signed a new deal with Fox. Beyond that, I am not going to be doing the 5 o'clock TV show for very much longer. That will be transitioned out of at their convenience. I have told them that I will work and I will honor my contract and do everything that they would ever need all the way. I am not only respectful of Fox and what it is the most powerful name in news, and that doesn't mean in America. That is in the globe. There is no other news organization like Fox. It takes all of the media to gang up on Fox, all of them, to, I guess, make their ratings grow even higher. It is amazing to me, the juggernaut that is Fox News. I said to somebody the other day, I said, I know who I am. And I know how difficult it was to get people to listen to, hey, the stock market is going to crash and something's not right with the banking system. I remember how hard that was to get anybody to listen when I was over at CNN. And I don't have any illusion to think that I'm anything other than the guy I was when I first walked through the door at Fox. And I know as the door hits me in the butt one day that I will be that same guy. And I know who Fox is. I know who Roger Ailes is. Roger Ailes is a guy who, if we didn't have Roger Ailes, we probably wouldn't have had Ronald Reagan as a president. I so honor his service to his country that he has just done because he's a businessman and that's what he does. And he's done an amazing thing for our country. I don't know, honestly, if we would survive as a country. I don't know if we would still be the United States of America if it wasn't for Fox News and Roger Ailes. The people that have been there all of these years holding down the fort. Bill O'Reilly has become one of my good friends. Don Imus, a legend, has become a good, dear friend of mine. My floor crew yesterday, and we I mean, the show's not over, and I'm not going away. And when I talked to the floor crew yesterday, we all kind of teared up. Okay, I cried, they teared up. I love these people. They are some of the best people I have ever worked with. They are just amazing. We're good friends. With that being said, it's a new era. I want to talk to you frankly here, as frankly as I can be at this time. But you are a good friend of mine. I hope that you have come to know that I try extraordinarily hard to never dishonor myself. I am a guy who is a work in progress, but I try really hard. And I know what time it is, and I am willing to serve for the freedom that I have already enjoyed, and most of it I just peed away, and for the freedom that I hope my children will enjoy. The reason why I went over to Fox in the first place was because I believed in what I was saying. When I was over at CNN and I talked for a long time, I literally beat my head against the wall one day. The last day at CNN, I actually beat my head against the wall. I kept thumping it up against the wall, and I said to my wife, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't say these things anymore, be ridiculed, they say that, my ratings, are you kidding me? When I was over at CNN, my ratings were horrible at first, and then they were the best that I think CNN had. Nancy Grace was a juggernaut. But other than Nancy Grace, there was nothing over at CNN Headline News.
Up 170% from when we took over.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing time. But I'm telling you, pressure from my own staff to say, shut up. Nobody believes this. Nobody thinks that this stock market is going to tank. And I couldn't do it anymore. And the stock market had tanked. And then people wouldn't listen to the next step. And we were going to have what we have now. And I didn't want to. When CNN offered me a job, I turned them down. I said to them, the first words in my mouth, this is going to be the shortest meeting in television history. I'm not interested. I don't want to do cable news. I remember the executive sitting at the table, and he said, why? And I said to him, I should have been more polite, but I said, have you watched cable news? I have no desire to do it, didn't then. If I was going to do it, and I felt I had a message that was important, the only place to do it was at Fox. That was it. Still is. I have been feeling for quite some time, draw in your nets. I've told you, move on. Your friends don't get it, move on. We've done everything we can. I've told you about the Titanic, and it is our responsibility to build lifeboats for others. I have tried over the last year, over and over and over again, to pull out and not be what cable news has to be. I am, in the end, an employee of News Corp. And I cannot, nor would I even think of doing something that would hurt their business. I must do the things that I believe, but I also must balance those with the news of the day. And when you start to balance those things, it only leads me one place, to tell you how our country is being destroyed. You know it. And so as I've been telling you, move on, move on, move on. It's what I've been saying to myself. Move on, move on, move on. Fox has done such a great job of covering the news of the day and making sure that they have bought us possibly years of time. And I wish them well. I will stand by their side every second. I will do whatever I can to help in any way they would ever ask me to help, because I believe in them. As I said to Roger Ailes, I believe they are important. If Fox goes down, I don't think the country survives. All those on the left will say, oh, he's being overdramatic. That's fine. That's what I believe. There are really 3 lines of defense, and they're all under attack. The internet, talk radio, and Fox News. I will tell you, anybody who thinks that Fox News is going to bow down to pressure has no idea who those people are. They are fighters. They believe in the truth and free speech, as do I. And we will go down swinging. So anybody who is having that cross their mind, you might want to rethink that. See what you think you really know. I believe that we are in a time now where nobody needs followers. When I met with the people at Meetup a couple of weeks ago, they were in my office and they said, Glenn, look at what happened. You have changed community organizing because you're not involved with this. And look at these. They were talking about how Oprah had done something, and even Oprah, when she was on her show in the last, the last phases of her show, she tried something, and it happened, but then it all went away. This movement is moving forward. And they said, if you could find a way, and I said, no, excuse me. I am not interested in followers. These people are leaders. They're not looking for me to lead. They're not looking for any of that. They must be strong in their own selves. I'm a guy who studied the Tides Foundation. Most people don't even know what that is. I do. I have spent the last few years studying Tides, studying the left, studying George Soros. I know how they work. And because I know what they've done and how they work, I know where the skeletons are. I know where the bodies are buried. I know how they move. I know it. I can predict them. How do I have the record that I do on the things that I talk about? I have a very high batting average of getting things right. How? It's not I'm not some prophet. I listen to their words. I can anticipate their moves because I know how radicals think. Because I've read their words, I take them seriously. I will tell you that Dale Rathke said about me, Glenn Beck is maybe the only one who gets it. Van Jones has said similar things. Oh, and I'll tell you the same thing about them. Oh, they know what they're doing. And they know I know. That's why they've worked so hard to try to destroy me. And every step of the way they try to destroy me, I only grow bigger. Only because the truth shall set you free, and the American people are not dopes. Every time I have tried to change, I get drawn back in. One of the most frequented phrases from almost every weekend and definitely every vacation I come back from. Guys, I'm clear. I'm very clear. Don't let me get off this path. And within 2 weeks, I'm off that path. I am riddled with ADD. But part of that is because I'm doing a cable news show. I can't do that. So, what am I going to do? Well, I will give you a thumbnail of the bigger picture, and I'm going to ask you to trust me. I asked you to trust me when I said the stock market was going to tank and it was approaching 14,000. I asked you to trust me on gold when it was $700 an ounce. I asked you to trust me that food prices were going to go up because inflation would go up, and we were burning our corn for fuel. I asked you to trust me that Tunisia would be the Archduke Ferdinand moment in the Middle East, and unrest and revolution would spread, and regimes would topple and fall into the hands of Islamic extremists. I asked you to trust me when I said Van Jones is a communist 9/11 truther. I asked you to trust me when I was just on the radio and I went to CNN and everybody said, you are crazy. I asked you to trust me when I left CNN. I ask you to trust me now. Trust me. Please. I am very aware of what time it is. I told you, I think about 3 months ago, I'm going to be making some moves that people will not understand. But trust me. I don't ask for your trust very often. I am today because I don't want you to lose hope. Trust me.
GlennBeck.com.
There are a couple of things that I want to talk to you, joining our conversation about what my future plans are now that I am transitioning at Fox. I will tell you that part of my frustration is I am a businessman. I am fiercely independent. I have done an independent radio show since I was 13 years old. Pat knows when he worked with me, 20 years ago, how I am just an independent guy. and I have my own way of doing things. When I was over at CNN, Stu will tell you, I made the executives all the blood drain out of their face on day number 1 when I had the side of the camera open, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, show me how this works again, and I'm actually fiddling with the actual mechanics of the camera. I'm an independent guy, and part of the problem of being locked down to cable news, other than what I just said, is I'm locked to a certain city. I am locked to other people's time, not mine, and other people's money, not mine. Sometimes I want to spend more money. That's why some of the Fox people that work on the show have been paid by me. The research that we do, much of it, I paid for myself. If anybody thinks that I got rich off of Fox News, you're out of your mind. I spent a lot of money on that show because I believed in what I was saying. Radio has always been our most powerful vehicle. It was even at Fox. I have more here than we had at Fox. We have a better way to communicate. But because I feel pull in the nets and I have to tell another story, I knew that I also couldn't just create a vacuum. That's why last fall I created The Blaze. And you'll notice that The Blaze is not the Glenn Beck Blaze. You'll notice that I've hired really competent, people that have made the industry say, what the heck is he doing? I know exactly what I'm doing. It is a new era, and The Blaze is going to lead the way. But that is only one of the ventures. There will be no interruption between you and I as we start to ramp things up. If I left the show and it is up to Fox when I would leave the show, I will work for as long as they want. But when they're ready, I will transition off the show. If I'm not ready with things that I am going to be launching, I will tell you that I will have the bridge, and you and I will meet still every day at glennbeck.com. Not going to charge you anything. I will meet with you every day to make sure that you see the things that you need to see. But we're also going to be doing things looking for different audiences, younger audiences, comedy audiences as well. Everyone who thought that they had corralled us in one little space, look out, because we're about to saddle up and we're coming riding for you. It is, when we were hiring for The Blaze, the thing that I have instructed is do not pull apples from the barrel. I know what you...
Don't pull apples
from the barrel. Do not pull apples from the barrel.
Is that because one bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch, girl? So you just leave the apples in the barrel, or
no? You go pick them from the tree.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Okay.
We're picking them from
where
the tree.
Where they grow.
It was an analogy the whole time.
I have people.
Nice.
I have people working for us now that have not done news their whole life. They're They get their journalist degrees, but they haven't. This is their first job, and it's amazing how they'll find things that seasoned journalists with a thick Rolodex and of course, every important journalist, every important newsmaker in the world on that Rolodex. It's amazing what they can find that those people can't. I really, truly believe one of the things that crossed my mind here over the last few months has been, as I thought about, do I leave or do I not? I knew the answer, yes. But as I would get close to saying it, every alarm bell would ring in me and say, no, wait, but you'll lose your access. You'll lose this. You'll lose the platform. You'll lose that. You know. And I realized, I finally came to the conclusion, it didn't take me very long, a couple of days. I finally came to the conclusion, if I don't leave now, I lose my soul. Because if I am fighting now, How long are you in this business? How do these people do it? Because right now, I'm not willing to compromise anything, and I've not been asked to compromise anything. But when you start to need it, want it, have to have it, addicted to it, it is intoxicating. The success that we have had is intoxicating. I'm an alcoholic. I don't want any intoxicants in my life. I think I am very fortunate because I showed up on the scene and I didn't have to go through all of the steps to get there. I didn't deserve the job. I didn't do all the hard work to get there that others had. But I also didn't have to sit with the consultants all the time. I hired Joel Cheatwood, an executive vice president, to come work for me at Mercury. That was announced yesterday as well. This is the guy. The reason why I hired him is because he was my first consultant. And he said to me the best advice anybody's ever given to me. We were 30 days into the CNN deal, and it was awful. The show was awful. And I had just completed a really awful show in an awful series of shows. And he said to me, he called me up into his office. He said, "What happened in today's show?" And I said, "I just couldn't connect with it." He said, "Listen to me. You have the best gut of anybody I've ever seen in television. Never go against your gut. If it means you stop the whole show in production, you stop it and scrap the whole show. You follow your gut." That was the turning point. The ratings started to go up after that. The show started to be less awful after that. The minute I stopped listening to my gut, which I hope I never do, things change for me. I'm listening to my gut. The boss just came in, Chris Balfe, and he's yelling at me today for not announcing that I'm moving to Texas. And I'm like, why would I announce that?
Yeah, it's.
And he's like,
He didn't say that.
what?
I'm not sure what exactly you're doing, but I would.
I'm not announcing anything. That's what I'm doing. I'm
That's
also
good.
not announcing that I'm moving to Minot, North Dakota.
Oh, we're not.
Okay.
No, we're not. That's out. That's
We're
out.
definitely not moving to Minot, North Dakota.
Well, no, I'm not announcing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
announcing
All right.
it.
What about Rapid City, South Dakota?
I'm not announcing that either. Have you ever been to Rapid City? Very nice.
I have not.
I
I've
was
not
just
been
there.
to
It
Rapid
was very
City.
nice. What was Glenn Beck doing there?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Good
See what
question.
I'm saying?
What about Pocatello, Idaho? Is
Love
it possible we
love
could
it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Mhm. Have
Love
been there.
it.
I've been there many times.
So what's the,
Are we
what's
moving
the,
there? You want to make the official announcement?
Who says we're moving anywhere? I'm not making it a move. I'm not making an announcement that we're moving
Well,
it.
you said we were no longer bound to New York City.
May I ask
so
you
thought-
something?
Mhm.
You know, another thing I'm not announcing?
What?
That I'm not announcing right now that I'm leaving Fox News or transitioning from Fox News to run for president of the United States.
You're not announcing that?
I'm not announcing that. I'm not announcing that.
That's good.
Well, but
I might-
because
I might-
it would be
I might-
it would be really good if you did, because wouldn't that make sense? Whoa, this is all falling kind of into place
Stop
now.
it.
Because if
It
you
is,
were
isn't it?
running
Stop it.
for president,
Yes, I couldn't be
you couldn't
on a
be
cable
on
news
Fox
channel.
News
I
anymore.
couldn't. I couldn't.
Holy
I couldn't do it.
cow!
I
Because isn't
couldn't
that
do it.
why Newt Gingrich and Rick Santorum had to leave Fox
Gone.
News? Gone.
Gone.
And they're
gone.
not.
And now suddenly I'm gone?
Whoa.
What?
What a
What
weird.
is that? What is that?
That
I'm
would
just
be
saying.
the perfect way. Now,
We
if you
should
went to
explore
Iowa,
that idea.
No.
if you went
We
to
should
Iowa,
get some sort of committee together and explore that idea.
like an exploratory committee in Iowa.
You know what? I would like to add another stop to our
In
comedy
Iowa.
tour in Iowa.
Des Moines. Let's go to
And
Des
I
Moines.
want to know that I want you to know I'm not moving to Iowa. I'm not.
You're
I
not?
may go there
For what?
just to talk to people,
About what?
Stop it.
just to listen.
Would you make pancakes there, or
I
play
might.
baseball with someone?
I
or
might.
kiss some babies?
I
or-
might not. I
Shake
don't
some
know. I'm
hands?
not announcing. I'm not announcing.
But you're not announcing, are you?
Mercury.